there, and on low HP, it might continue to be that way. Here comes the push, though, and play here anyway, and it's worked out pretty well so far. C4 gets caught on the wall, and thus will not be able to stop the plant. Yokai drone will, though, as Hyper attempts to stick it. Bosco gets the second kill for SSG, and more stuns. There's the planter eliminated. Fultz is a big player in this round. It's all in whether a map is going to be attacker or defender sided. So there's a lot of things to consider here.
Zero and prevent them for getting away with the things that you can get away with if you bring a Ying on a map like Cafe. Especially
lots of work that can be done from there, but of course, since it is a bottom floor defense, they need to start moving their way down. Taking about half the round to get that cleared upstairs, and that's fair. Breach charge used by Hyper. That'll actually open up a good portion of the floor. That's good awareness there for Hyper. Now, SSG is going to start feeling the pressure of this top floor attack. They'll have to adjust somewhat to account for it. They can extend into Bakery, and that's actually really good. The fact that the defense still has control over Bakery affords them a lot of maneuverability. I think that they have opened a rotation in the Bakery wall, but I'm not entirely sure. If the rotation exists, then it's more options for the defense. And yes, it does.
Yes, it is.
So with an Echo and a Maestro in play, they can deny the plant in all likelihood on site, despite the vertical destruction coming out.
DZ's already inside of the freezer. 1 minute to go. Don't get boxed on in. You'll see that there's no smoke noticeable for SSG, so they're not able to do a ton of damage in that regard. Looks like a frag grenade goes out and it misses, so that's going to chase off Bosco for but a second. 3 members of DZ inside of the freezer. It's going to have a chilling effect as they look to burst on out, and they'll try to figure out if the castle is playing in that area. They seem to be aware of it as Bosco plays back and forth. Thinking Nate on 1 HP, finished off by Skies, and the diffuser going down successfully. Hot and Cold will be able to get away with it. Nobody watching. No, he gets killed, but the diffuser goes down anyway. 1 from Fultz, as it's now an advantage for SSG, but there's the post plant up. You also saw the Yokai inside of Freezer that was continuing to give information. There's a kill for Mint, doing excellent work for DZ. It's a 3v3. But the timer is the bigger issue. And Mint is all the way back playing by Bakery. Eclipse is able to stop Fultz. Smoking Rampy is Mint and Canadian as the Echo will need to rush on into the bomb site. An excellent post plant that seems completely unwinnable, even though Canadian takes down Hyper. Eclipse has his back, and it's a perfect trade, giving DZ their second round.
Getting the first pick. And in my opinion, it's made more effective the earlier in the round it is, because it makes it gives time for the attackers, for example, in this case, to reset, to regain focus, to not stress out, and to know that they're not having to worry about immediate refrag. So that's a really big pick there for DZ, and it's definitely looking like a rally back right now. Round's not over just yet, but I mean, I'd still give DZ good odds for taking this one.
As I said, I think there were only 2 options. Either we would be done in 6 minutes, or we're going to need an hour and 20 minutes to settle this one, and it's definitely looking like the latter, so buckle up, Junior.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Also just, seatbelts are for safety, Michael. So.
Yeah, make sure to wear them.
Yes. This is not going to be as quick of a drop into the freezer as DarkZero had pulled off last time. They'll make sure the coast is clear with both Hot and Cold and Hyper droning out around the freezer, and we'll see if one of them is going to go for the drop. Bosco with his UMP in hand is going to be the first line of defense, and likely better placed Yokais from Canadian will also prove to be beneficial. You have to watch on the retake, though, because at the bottom of White Stairs, Mint had done an excellent job in the previous round of locking that one out and holding off the position from Thinking Nade, and that's exactly where Mint is again. He'll take out the default cam, and he can hear the sound of the AUG inside of VIP, but he's not going to be able to land anything just yet. He and Thinking Nade are engaged in this battle to the death. DZ is dropped into the freezer with 30 seconds to go, and they will now begin to plot their next move. It's Hot and Cold, Eclipse, and Hyper all together, and there you go. Hot and Cold going for the same default plant spot that he was in before. Is there a Yokai drone in play? We can see it is. It'll stop Hot and Cold. Thinking Nade's been down, so things will get grim for SSG as Hyper picks off Fultz. It's Canadian in a 1v5, and it looks like it could be a flawless round. He's almost out of charges, and he'll need to stop the Hibana. Desperation sinks on in, thinking Nade finished off by Mint, and Canadian knows that this is all but lost. He'll have to vault on in and find many angry members of DarkZero watching, and they'll all. One was flawless. Both of them had DZ getting the opening kills. Both of them resulted in the diffuser going down, and it was quite a limp defense from Spacestation. A lot of it hinged on the echo play over towards Freezer. And we were critical, I was critical in particular, of a lack of explosives being brought, and I was critical of how there was no smoke on the board. Well, now there's a Nitro Cell here from Fultz in the Valkyrie, but you have to get Fultz in a good enough position to be able to use it. Once again, SSG is barricading off Bakery, and they're going to look to funnel DZ into the Freezer. It has not worked out in Space Station's favor yet. They are hoping that third time's a charm. If not, we go to overtime. If it works out, SSG goes to the major and wins the match.
Well, there's a minute left for the execution. DarkZero applying a lot of pressure from above. They've got the holes opened up. They're doing the job. They're doing the work. Clearing out the Wamais and the ADSs. Get those magnets out of the way. You can see the Yokai drones being positioned, but you can also see the drones spotting the Yokai drones. So that's going to be information DZ will use to their advantage. They'll shoot the Yokai as quickly as they can before going for that plant, if they know exactly where it is. Now, the VIP presence hasn't been really that influential here for SSG. And with Rampy on low HP, it might continue to be that way. Here comes the push, though, in the attempted plant. And look at that! Fultz will take down Hot and Cold on a long angle from the other bomb site. He doesn't care about the holes from above. He's going to play here anyway, and it's worked out pretty well so far. C4 gets caught on the wall, and thus will not be able to stop the plant. Yokai drone will, though, as Hyper attempts to stick it. Bosco gets the second kill for SSG, and more stuns. There's the planter eliminated. Fultz is a big player in this round. It's all on Mint and Skies. That's a nice kill there for Mint. He gets the denial. He'll try to stick it. It's all on Skies now to cover. Nice headshot, but there's the denial from above. Bosco retakes the second floor, and now Skies has no chance. SSG will take map number 2 and the series 2-0.
So close, and it's one of those series where map 1 might have been an SSG